I know you're all
As a man, I'm flesh and blood. I can be ignored, I can be destroyed, but as a symbol, as a symbol, I can be incorruptible.
He gave us a signal.
Where are you?
Something elemental, something terrifying.
Welcome back to Cavecast. It is Saturday morning, and we are in spooky season. And with me, as always, is Emerald. Oh no, Drunken Emerald is not here. One of my two is always here, and we have Iron Oxide. And how are you today,
dude? Doing good. Woke up early, so I'm ready for it. Got the coffee going, so
yeah, I just got a La Croix.
Nice. No, I'm excited about this one. This is actually one of my I want to say he's definitely on my top 5.
Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites, and couldn't pick a better time to do it. Yeah, look at that thumbnail. Look at how that worked out. Just
oh yeah,
thumbnail game's getting better. Took me a year to get the stuff down, but it's pretty easy once you figure it out. Yeah, without as you guys can see, we are talking about Jonathan Crane, the Scarecrow. Definitely an interesting character, an old character. He's been around since 41. So I mean, I'm within the third year of Batman's exploits. This guy has been around, and he's stuck around, and partially it's a really good idea, and another part is he's a reflection of how Batman uses fear to scare the crap out of people. And it was like, well, what if someone did that for evil? And well, this is kind of what you get. What if someone did it for selfish means?
A complete sadist.
Yes. And now let's get into our chat. I know we'll have more people flooding in here because it's early for you guys too. I understand, but Sergeant, first one in. He'll also be one of my guests tomorrow on the news. I'm looking forward to having him on. At last, we come to the villain that exposed Batman's true identity in the Arkhamverse. Yes, as we all know, Sergeant loves his Arkhamverse, and who doesn't?
Wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that at all.
Probably some of the greatest superhero games ever made. So, and the comics are no slouch either. But we got Dax, best mod in the land. Joker voice saying, good morning, gents. Got thrown into Arkham a bit earlier than normal. Good news, plenty of time for taco night. Bad news, stuck in solitary with Seal playing on the loop. We'll definitely play that for him later. And then, of course, as always, since I don't have any followers on Kick, hey, would you like many viewers? Let's make you popular. I'm okay. From what I hear, Kick's kind of a dying platform, unless you have wait, what is this? Just because Leon says that doesn't mean you got it, Sammy. Well, no, we were talking about it. It's dead for like new users. The users who are on it and doing strong are gonna continue to do strong and pull. So those people on it will like watch the people who do well on it, unless you're like Johnny Somali, like grasping at straws, desperately trying to get out of South Korea right now. Which he's not. He's
oh no, he's going nowhere.
He's going to be
there for a while.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, my prediction is by the time he comes back, he's going to speak fluent Korean, and for a dumb like him, that's quite the feat. He is. R.I.P. Sir Somali. Guys, do me a favor if you're watching, like the show, maybe follow the channel. That helped me out immensely. Yeah, and share it out because we're gonna get right into it. Because I saw Queens of the Stone Age last night on their Catacombs tour, which was amazing, but I am quite tired. So also I don't know. I actually don't have much to do this Saturday. I might be are you doing you're not doing anything tonight, right? It's just insert title here.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I know of going on.
Yeah, you're moving on Saturdays.
Yeah, we'll be doing that. Not this week. Didn't have a show this week. Kind of trying to figure some things out with the old Rogues Gallery.
Sounds good. Well, I'm there for it. All right. Oh, look at that. Boosh McFadden.
What up, Boosh?
Rick Costa. The man with the plan. All right, let's yes, I did add an E to plan to and make it riding with men. That's just the amazing entertainment value you get here on Cavecast. It helps if I click the right link. There we go. The Scarecrow is the supervillain appearing in an American comic book published by DC Comics, written by Bill Finger and artist Bob Kane, created by writer Bill Finger and artist Bob Kane. Wow,
I didn't know that he was created by the OG himself, Bill Finger.
Yeah, and Frank Yackley, thanks for jumping in. Another thing too, this is the first time I've ever seen Bill Finger cited first.
As it should be.
as it should be. But World's Finest Comics #3. As an adversary of the superhero Batman, although Scarecrow only made 2 appearances in the 1940s, he was revived by Gardner Fox, another just heavy hitter in comics, especially DC. Especially when you got into the Silver Age, where things got a little bit away more from like the pulp and the mystical and into like science fiction. That's where you got Barry Allen's Flash and Hal Jordan's Green Lantern. I mean, Gardner Fox has a big hand in that. And artist Sheldon Moldoff. I'm not sure about him.
I don't
much,
think I'm familiar with that name.
Yeah, I mean, either way, but Gardner Fox is like crazy. Yeah, he's written more than 4,000 comic stories, including 1,500 for DC Comics.
Wow.
He was also a science fiction artist or a science fiction author and wrote many novels. So, and that's just in his like quick little description. And then I'm sure Sheldon Moldoff is just an artist. His early work on characters like Hawkman and Hawkgirl as one of Bob Kane's primary ghost artists. As we know, Bob Kane didn't do a lot of this work on his own. Batman is a collection of artists and minds that didn't get a lot of credit.
Yeah. Like the only thing you could really give Bob Kane the credit for bringing the right people together to get the formula correct. But then he fucked everybody over and took all the credit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was also kind of like the mouthpiece for it. And if there's anything he was good at it, he was a salesman. But
marketing,
you can still do all those things like what Stan Lee did and then still give the people credit. Like,
right.
Now,
right.
granted,
Stan Lee's not without fault.
No,
But
Stanley screwed a couple people over as well, like, but not to a point where
nowhere
like,
close.
no, not okay. What's his face? Jack Kirby like didn't like die in squalor. Bill Finger like died like with nobody knowing who he is, and you know, poor, which, you know, he came up with one of the best characters in fiction, and he you know, the guy didn't have a penny to his name. I think now his estate has since grown since they've started putting his name on things, and you know, his family of his estate started winning these lawsuits, going like, okay, well, like, Bill Finger obviously came up with these concepts. We should be getting paid for this, and rightfully so. So unfortunately, he didn't get to get the credibility while he's alive. He's definitely getting it now. Oh, hot girl like Alexandria Daddario. I love me some Alexandria Daddario. So in the DC universe, Scarecrow is the alias of Jonathan Crane, a professor of psychology turned criminal mastermind, abused and bullied in his youth. He became obsessed with fear and develops a hallucinogenic drug dubbed his fear toxin that terrorizes Gotham City and exploits the phobias of its protector. Batman, as a self-proclaimed master of fear, is Batman. Okay. Oh yeah. The exploits the phobia. Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Still a little early, kids. Yeah. So yeah, it exploits the phobia of its protector, Batman. That was not a period. That was a comma. As a self-proclaimed master of fear, the Scarecrow's crimes do not stem from a common desire of wealth or power, but a sadistic pleasure in subjecting others to his experiments on the manipulation of fear. An outfit symbolic of his namesake, which is a stitched burlap mask, serves as Scarecrow's visual motif. And we will talk about that later, because there are so many kick-ass designs for this character.
Hardly a bad one. Even the old ones are good.
Yeah, I especially they're hey, Zax. I hope Zax is having a great time. He's in Rome right now, and yeah, I know. This is what it's like to wake up early on a Saturday. We're just trying to get the juices flowing here, and you know, hopefully I don't fall asleep on my own stream, but you know, who knows? Because as we know, I am the Snorkel, and so in the DC universe, yeah, the character has been adapted into various media incarnations. We can talk about the different actors. So yeah, this already jumps in the publication history, and right away, I'm sure everybody made this connection. They got the idea from Ichabod Crane. Just his from the character's build, his length, you know, his cowardice, because he is he's good at exploiting the fears of others, but he's kind of a sissy when he's exploited with his own fear, and which like most bullies are. And I understand that Jonathan Crane was bullied as a kid, but a lot of people who were bullied, yeah, exactly, they grow up into being bullies themselves in one way or another.
I always like the retcon whenever they do his backstory without like, I've seen some that are so over the top where he was, you know, practically tortured by his parents, or he even kills his parents at one point. That's all over the top. I like the ones where he's just a bitter little shit that can't take a fucking joke, or you know, tough it up and learn to throw a punch. A lot more realistic, a lot more grounded. I like that. And also, you don't have to make every villain sympathetic. Some people are just dicks, and they deserve to have their asses
people are just born dicks
and locked up.
Some people just suck.
And I like the Jonathan Crane just sucks. No real excuse.
Yeah, and he also kind of has like, not to say that like everybody like that, just like he is kind of a oh man, I will be there. I will be there with bells on. Mostly to keep me awake. Um, but yeah, I think in the beginning, his first scheme was he just liked his collection of first edition books, and like he was just scaring people to make his collection grow. If that's what I can remember. Wow. Okay. Born in Georgia, Jonathan Crane is. I skipped all the New 52 shit.
It's all right.
We'll get into it when So Jonathan Crane is abused by his great grandmother and is bullied for his resemblance to Ichabod Crane from Washington Irving's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, sparking a lifelong obsession with fear and using it as a weapon against others before they could use it to defeat him, like his literary namesake. In his senior year, Crane is humiliated by a bully, Bo Griggs, which by the way is like a perfect 1940s.
Bo's always gonna be,
yeah,
yeah. He's always gonna be a problem for you.
And rejected by a cheerleader, Sherry Squires, also top
That's
top
enough.
notch.
Mean grandma. He was kind of a creep, so he did get bullied and rejected by a girl. All makes sense. That's enough.
Yeah, that's fine. Mean grandmother. Mean great grandmother, by the way. Bush, big fan of Biff Tannen. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, a good bully. Yes. Most trailer park name from I don't think so. That sounds like all-star quarterback Bo Griggs. Yeah,
And it's the 40s, so yeah, here comes Bo. He's top of his class. He is.
Yep. Never
Going all
missed a
state.
practice. I mean, it was quite a bit. I have some backstory that makes it even funnier too, because we'll get into it. We'll get into it on the Great Snorefest. Yeah, in case anyone didn't know this, I died on my buddy Nick's analysis of Demolition Man the other day, and yeah, it was quite early on in the stream, and they just kept me snoring the entire time, and they acted like my snores were comments, which some people have done before, but some people say my best work is done when I'm not conscious, and a lot of people have to be awake to be entertaining. Apparently I can do both, so I'm a double threat, apparently. No, I do feel bad, but we will get into all of that on the 18th. So he gets rejected. He takes revenge during the senior prom by donning his trademark Scarecrow costume and welding a water pistol to resemble a real gun in the school parking lot. And in the ensuing chaos, Grace gets to do a car accident, paralyzing himself and killing Squires. So, dick.
Yep.
Dick move. Yep, pretty much. And Dempsey's here. Always a good time for Dempsey. Never a bad time to have Dempsey in your chat. Crane's obsession with fear leads him to be a psychiatrist, taking a position at Arkham Asylum before performing fear-inducing experiments on his patients. He is also a professor of psychology at Gotham University, specializing in the study of phobias. He loses his job, and after he fires a gun inside of a packed classroom, accidentally wounding a student. So I mean, this is
he was just fired for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he takes revenge by killing the professors responsible for his termination, and then becomes a career criminal. As a college professor, Crane mentors a young Thomas Elliot, who we know as Hush. The character also has a cameo in Sandman, in stories by Jeff Leo and Tim Sale. Scarecrow is depicted as one of the more deranged criminals in Batman's rogues galleries, with a habit of speaking in nursery rhymes, which I did like for those stories, but like I'm glad that's not something that has transferred over.
I agree.
Like
in the
whole, yeah.
In the right venue, it's fine, but as a regular thing, that would make the character way too gimmicky and not easily transferable onto other things.
Agreed. So you know, in that story, and it's the first one. It's before Long Halloween. I think it's Haunted Night, and he's doing things with the Mad Hatter, and the Mad Hatter's saying his Alice in Wonderland nonsense, and he's speaking in nursery rhymes, but they're communicating with each other, and it's interesting. But yes, I don't need that going further. So these stories further revise his history, explaining that he was raised by his abusive and fanatically religious great grandfather, whom he murdered as a teenager.
There we go, because they had to church it up.
Yep. Like I said, this is a fine. Now, yeah, this is 87. This is still a fine look. I do kind of like what they did more in pre-crisis, but like Batman Revival, where he's kind of like built here, built in the chest, and it's all very skin tight. It's almost like a colored or like a burlap version of like Brandon Lee's The Crow costume.
No, that's a good one. See, and this one right here is fine. I like when I think it's the animated series, they at least put a little bit of color. They contrast, gave him a red shirt and the brown pants.
Yes,
but still not bad. I can't think of a bad design for him. Even the new Adventures of Batman, he was the only good one.
Yeah,
redesign, the old preacher with the noose around his neck. Now, I've even seen some where his mask is actually a pumpkin, similar to the Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, I've seen that as well, which is strange because I believe there is a DC character called Pumpkinhead.
Unless I saw that character and just thought, hey, it's fucking Scarecrow, which I could have done.
But you know, Dax makes a very good point. It's hard to fuck up a Scarecrow. Like,
that's true.
You know, it just has
never put it past him. Never put it past him. Let's wait. Have they shown this guy? Have they shown Scarecrow in Ultimate Batman yet, or Absolute? Because I guarantee he'll be fucked up.
No, he'll just be jacked. Like,
That's the whole problem with Gotham in that universe. Everybody's abusing the roids.
Yeah, it was like, you know, now it'll be Bruce's buddy, sexy bodybuilder Ichabod Crane or Jonathan Crane, and then I don't know. He's going to get into intermittent fasting, and he's going to lose some muscle mass, but he's still going to be enormous.
And he'll just have a mouth in his fucking abdomen for no reason that, you know, actually functions.
Let's see. Oh, what a cover.
Oh, that's a good one.
But this is okay, so it's not doing the full.
Sure, I got that on my shelf.
It's not doing the full biography. It's just doing it's going. which is fine. All these pages are set up differently. I have it on good authority that one person who's immune to the fear toxin is El Gaucho. Well,
For what's right. For love. My paws are a cry for justice. My dick veins are a cry of passion. I am El Gaucho.
never gets old.
I fucking love it. I gotta wonder how many El Gauchos we're gonna see this Halloween. That's gonna be fantastic.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see quite a bit. Let's see. So we can just go through his criminal career here. Scarecrow plays a prominent role in Doug Moench. We're gonna go with Moench. I'm sure there's a couple diehards screaming at me. His terror storyline set in Batman's early years, where Professor Hugo Strange, someone who we definitely need to get to, breaks out of Arkham and gives him therapy to train him to defeat Batman. Strange's therapy proves effective enough to turn Scarecrow against his benefactor, impaling him on a weather vane and throwing him in the cellar of his own mansion. Like I said, that's another thing too. Unlike all these other unlike a lot of the villains that we've already covered, where you got Catwoman, where sometimes Scarecrow will kill you, and Scarecrow has no qualms about killing you. He will not think twice. He is like
he doesn't have lines or limits, or you can't appeal to his humanity ever. Like
you might be safe if the Riddler catches you, right? Like
you could work a deal out. You can work a deal out with Riddler, Penguin, a lot of the others, but like between him and Joker, there's there's
a certain line that through the Rogues Gallery, and he's definitely on the other side of it, and unlike the Joker, which is scary, where he'll have you die laughing, you'll die screaming, and he's he looks exactly. You are a test subject, or you're just in the way. Like I said, he was the first story I ever read that he was in. It was just like he was collecting first edition books, and he knew a couple people who had them, and then he just tortured them horribly just to grow his collection. That's it's a dick move. Some people just can't take a joke. That's not my fault. So he impales his benefactor, impaling him on a weather vane and throwing him into the cellar in his own mansion. The Scarecrow then uses Strange's mansion to lure Batman to Crime Alley, and decapitates one of his former classmates in an alley in front of Batman. So it was his plan wasn't to reignite. He's like, I'm gonna cut this dude's head off.
Aren't you scared? Ooh.
Yeah. Like, yes, I'm terrified.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Jonathan?
Oh, Professor Savage Dad, let's fucking go. Friend of the channel, Savage Dad. With the help of Catwoman, whom Scarecrow had attempted to blackmail into helping him by capturing her and photographing her unmasked. I'm sure it wasn't just unmasked. He's also a creeper, and he's also not popular with the ladies, as anyone can guess. Batman catches Scarecrow but loses sight of Strange, with it being unclear whether Strange had actually survived the fall onto the weather vane, or if Scarecrow and Batman are hallucinating from the exposure to Scarecrow's fear toxin. So, I mean, yes, Batman appears in Batman The Long Halloween, first escaping from Arkham on Mother's Day with help from Carmine Falcone, which we will be discussing guys like Carmine Falcone, but I think it's only just going to be the mafia aspect.
Yeah, group in the whole mob.
Yeah, no, it'll be all of them. It'll be Carmine, it'll be Sal Maroni, Rupert Thorne, all those guys, because there is a organized crime aspect, but they all don't need their own episode. I mean, it's, unless we're really grabbing at straws here. He also helps the Mad Hatter escape, like I was saying. The Scarecrow gasses Batman with fear toxin as he escapes, causing Batman to flee to his parents' grave as Bruce Wayne, where he's arrested by Commissioner Jim Gordon due to Wayne's suspected ties to Falcone. Scarecrow robs a bank with the Mad Hatter on Independence Day for Falcone, but is stopped by Batman and Catwoman. He later appears in Falcone's office on Halloween with Batman's future rogues gallery. Oh yeah. That's
a great panel.
It's an awesome panel. But is defeated by Batman. Scarecrow returns in Dark Victory as part of Two-Face's gang, and is first seen putting fear gas in children's dolls on Christmas Eve. Sick fuck. He's eventually defeated by Batman. He later appears as one of the villains present at Calendar Man's trial. It's revealed that he and Calendar Man had been manipulating Falcone's son, Alberto, who's also an interesting character, but I don't want to get into that because everyone should read The Long Halloween. When you get around to the Falcones, you should change the show to Wopcast. Cool. Nothing like a little racism in the morning. Thank you.
Moving on.
All righty. And then I'll be like, "Hi, Iron. How'd your day go?"
No, you get, well, if we're gonna do it that way, you gotta, it'd be, "Hey, Iron, how's your day going?" Great, good to hear it.
Yeah,
forget about it.
Bada bing, one and all. Right. Bada bing. Welcome to Wopcast. Scarecrow had determined that Alberto feared his father and poisoned his cigarettes with fear toxins to bring out that fear. Calendar Man, meanwhile, had been talking to Alberto with the fear toxin, making Alberto hear his father's voice. Together, they manipulate Alberto into making an unsuccessful assassination attempt on his sister, Sophia Gigante, who is in the Penguin, but is much hotter and much better of a character than what we get here. After Two-Face's hideout is attacked, Batman captures the Scarecrow, and who tells him where Two-Face is heading. That's another thing. If you're a criminal and you do business with Scarecrow, and you and Batman catches him and is about to beat the living shit out of him, he's going to rat you out because he's a little rat fink, and he's a Italian sign language as well. There was like, you get so many of this, a little bit of that, some of this. Yeah. So we just did the whole thing. You guys are now know Italian sign language. In Catwoman When in Rome, Scarecrow supplies the Riddler with fear gas to manipulate Catwoman, who and later aids the Riddler when he fights Catwoman in Rome. Shocker. Scarecrow accidentally attacks Cheetah with his scythe before Catwoman knocks him out. So, all right. Now we get into some of this good stuff. All right. So, and it doesn't matter which, but I just want to click on Shadow of the Bat and see what the cover is, because every cover of Shadow of the Bat, especially the Carrie Kelly ones, were so sweet. Hey, Nadia. My friend Nadia is here. The world is a brighter place. Yeah, see, just dope. Just I know there's a lot of skeptic. Wow, this is you can definitely see the Keaton influence at this point in time on this one, but a lot of people didn't like the covers. I especially like the Carrie Kelly ones, just simply because they were a little different. They were always a little bit turning of the tide.
I think they're all top tier, man.
Yeah, I agree.
That's crazy talk.
People tend to not like the longer ears. I get they're not functional, but like if you saw that silhouette in the shadows, like you're gonna be shitting their pants. Oh, real life friend John, good to see you, buddy.
I got to tell you, man, I want a more like somewhere in the middle, of course, something normal. But I'll take the Kelly long ears that are more intimidating over those Frank Miller little squatty. Like, what is even that?
Yeah. See, like this, even on the Shadow of the Bat, they're a little longer, but this is fine for me. This is especially if you're going under the impression that he does have like listening devices and antennas in there. I mean, that's cool. And also, you know, Batman. Like in that movie Batman Superman Apocalypse, his ear length is like perfect in that. Like that's some good shit. Some good shit. Let's see. The Scarecrow appears in story arts such as Nightfall and Shadow of the Bat. First teaming with the Joker to ransom off the mayor of Gotham City. Batman foils their plan and then forces them to retreat. Scarecrow betrays the Joker because he does. That's just what he does. He's just an all-around bad dude. Like there's nothing redeeming about. It's like even the Joker has had arcs where like he's helping out Batman. Now he has ulterior motive. The Scarecrow would never do such a thing.
It's also because he doesn't want, like, Batman is like his soulmate in a twisted way. So he's not gonna,
you know, the Joker will save Batman if he thinks someone unworthy is about to kill Batman.
Exactly. Now on that Nightfall one, when Scarecrow betrays Joker with the fear gas and there's no effect, that has one of the best scenes in any comic book because Joker just starts acting, oh no, the fear, the terror.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice flavor, Crow. Do you got another? Do you have it in strawberry? And then breaks his fucking arm. Just like Bane would do to Croc, breaks his goddamn arm.
Yep. But it says it's spraying him with fear gas, but it has no effect. Joker then beats Scarecrow senseless with a chair.
Yep. Breaking his arm.
Scarecrow later tries to take over Gotham, but with an army of hypnotized college students. Man, he is just rough on college students, eh? That is, let's see. There have been some great arcs where he's generally evil, but I think he might be the least redeemable. I think I agree.
That's a great.
I agree.
Great comment.
Great point. Yeah. There is nothing redeemable about Jonathan Crane. You could actually make it where you put like both decisions in front of him, and he might benefit from the right decision. He will take the wrong decision where he hurts people out of spite. He hates people,
and he's a sadist. It's almost like a perversion with him. He's compelled. He has to get his rocks off by like, well, I could do this thing that would get me out of prison forever and start a new life and everything, or I could scare a college kid for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
He's gonna do that.
And he won't even. It's not even like oh, what did I do? It was like, yeah, I know what I did. I did it because F you. That's why. So he's commanding hypnotized college students to spread his fear toxin all over the city. That's really a lot of times his end game, right? It was like he just wants to engulf Gotham City in his fear toxin and just see what happened, just to say that he did it.
Boosh McFadden, he also masturbated to it.
Yeah, he did. Probably. Crane is the Albert Fish of the Rogues Gallery.
Such a creep.
He is. Yeah, yeah, pure spite just manifested into a character. I like he is. He was like, dude, I had a mean gam, and I
didn't get the girl I liked.
Yeah, Sherry didn't like me, and Bo's a dick. Therefore, you must suffer. And like I said, he already got his revenge on them, and he still can't let it go.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all good. I was like, ooh, a little elevator music to get it going. Let's see. So he's confronted by both Batman Azrael, who let's just there we go. And Anarchy, who's a very interesting character that I know we'll get to down the line. But
they used him really well in the Robin solo.
Yes.
Solo comics.
Yeah, Tim Drake's.
Pardon me for just a moment.
Yep. So he escapes by forcing a lieutenant to jump off a building. Batman Azrael knocks him out, and Anarchy manages to save the boy. Despite his criminal history, he's still recognized as a skilled psychiatrist. When Aquaman needs insight into a serial killer operating in his new city of San Diego. San Diego is like for Atlanteans. Having been sunk, and yes, so it was sunk, and the inhabitants were turned into like water breathers by a secret organization. He consults with Scarecrow for insights into the pattern of the killer's crimes. Scarecrow determined that the killer chose his victims by the initials of their first and last names to spell out the message, "I can't take it anymore," allowing Aquaman to determine both the true identity and final target of the serial killer. So yes, he is skilled at his job. But the only problem is he likes to do his job to be a dick. And that's it's no bueno. In Marvel versus DC, the Scarecrow temporarily allies with the Marvel Universe's Scarecrow to capture Lois Lane. We can, there you go. Not the same kind of, same vibes. Let's click. I know he has a different. So this one, as a matter of fact, I'm not sure how they got away with this. Ryu, always good to see you. Thanks for bopping in on Batter Day. So we'll save this for a second, but Jonathan Crane came out in 41. This character came out in 64. He actually does have some powers. He's a master acrobat, bird trainer, superhuman strength, speed, stamina, agility, reflexes. The only reason that we're getting onto him is just to show how different, but also named after a classic literary character, Ebenezer Lofton. In Rhinebeck, New York. He's the son of a farmer, raised by an abusive mother. You always got to have an abusive parent. It makes sense. So he was a circus escape artist, a contortionist while working as a carnival performer. He once helped Iron Man apprehending a fleeing culprit. However, he decided to make his profit in crime and became an accomplished burglar and professional thief dressed as a scarecrow. He mostly worked alone except for flocks of trained crows, which served as carriers and killers. His first appearance as the Scarecrow, he was defeated by Iron Man. So a much lamer version of the character, but a little too on the nose for me as well, where he actually has to work with scarecrows or just crows, And although the design is pretty similar, I'm shocked how they got away with this. But we'll see what Iron has to say when he gets back. Yes, Plant Man. Who, if anyone's looking at this, this is Plant Man. This isn't the Floronic Man, even though he looks just like it. So there is a lot of like Marvel knockoff. There's a lot of DC Marvel knockoff. They've been copying off each other for years. Yeah, no, this is Dax. I didn't mean to confuse you. This is Marvel's Scarecrow. He actually teams up with DC's Scarecrow in Marvel versus DC. I just wanted to show you guys how lame Marvel's version is. And it said there's also another Marvel character called Straw Man, who even still the design is pretty much the same. So Straw Man, originally called the Scarecrow, which Straw Man is a better name for this character, but it's still the same. So many years he was brought back in Doctor Strange Sorcerer. Oh, that's when Doctor Strange had the mask. That's cool. He took the name Straw Man to differentiate himself from the costume killer Scarecrow. So I mean, even then you had some like weird crossover, but I mean, if I would have shown you this design on its own, you would have assumed it was who we were originally talking about, and that's the OG Jonathan Crane. But just to get that out there, and then I guess they're defeated by Ben Reilly, who's Spider-Man's clone, which I don't want to get into. We were talking about Marvel versus DC, and he teams up with Marvel's version of the Scarecrow.
Oh, that's right.
But
Marvel Scarecrow.
Yeah, I like I said, we're much lamer version. He will actually attack you with crows, and then, but still, if I would have seen this design, I would be like, well, that's kind of a crappier design of Scarecrow. But there's another character called Straw Man who looks way more like Scarecrow.
Very cool.
But
now he's from Marvel as well. Okay,
yeah, he's from Marvel as well, and yeah, so they he picked the name to like delineate himself from Scarecrow, which he started out as Scarecrow and then he took the name of Straw Man, but there was another character who went by Scarecrow and he saw how lame that character was and he was like, I'm gonna go by Straw Man. But either way, that's not who we're talking about. Oh my. No. There we go. So yeah, and then yeah, they're taken out by Ben Reilly. So like that is a very 90s thing that I just said. In the 2004 story arc, As the Crow Flies, which like I said, this cover is just peak.
I've got it somewhere over there on my shelf, man. It's a good one.
Scarecrow is hired by the Penguin under false pretenses. And Dr. Linda Fritua then secretly mutates the Scarecrow into a murderous creature known as the Scare Beast. Oh, I remember this now.
Yeah.
Who Penguin uses to kill his disloyal minions. The character's later appearances show him as an unmutated Crane again, except for his appearance during War Games story arc. Scarecrow appears in the third issue of War Games, saving Black Mask from Batman and acting as the crime lord's ally until Black Mask uses him to disable a security measure in the clock tower by literally throwing Scarecrow at it. Yeah, Black Mass isn't much for loyalty either. I don't know when we're covering him, but he is actually one of my favorite characters just because he's just such a ruthless dickbag. But Batman acting as the crime lord's alley until Black Mask uses him. Yeah, so Scarecrow wakes up, transforms into the Scare Beast, and wreaks havoc outside the building, trying to find and kill Black Mask, as of course he would.
They almost turned him into a Scarecrow version of the Hulk.
Yeah, he it's not quite lycanthropy, but it's pushing it. The police are unable to take it down and allow Catwoman, Robin, and Tarantula to. Okay. I didn't realize that there was more than one. And then Onyx is cool. To fight Scarebeast, as Commissioner Michael Atkins told all the officers to capture or kill any vigilantes, the costume criminals, or masks they find. Even they cannot defeat the Scarebeast, though he appears to have been defeated after the clock tower explodes. Which hopefully they got Barb out of there. Or yeah. The Scarecrow appears alongside other Batman villains in Batman Underground. Yeah, he's not opposed to team ups. You just need to realize that if it's him or you, it's you. Like he's gonna screw you over.
And
That's
if you're locked in a room with him and he's got nothing to do, he's gonna fuck with you.
Let's see. Yeah, Swamp Thing is badass. To be fair, yes. Who mentioned Swamp Thing?
Swamp Thing.
Yeah, Swamp Thing is amazing. Let's see. Scarecrow smash. All right.
Pretty much.
I saw it. I had to highlight it. Yeah, so he's captured by the Suicide Squad. Scarecrow attempts gassing the Bronze Tiger. I
like Bronze Tiger.
Yeah, Bronze Tiger is cool, but I'm saying that's a throwback for sure. With Fear Toxin, he appears warning the ventriloquist, the Firefly. I don't know if we'll have an episode on Firefly, and we actually might just. Yeah, I think we might just do like ones with like Firefly, Killer Moth, a lot. Like we'll have like auxiliary. We'll call it like the D list. There we go. The D list. Guys who never really get their own. Sometimes I guess Firefly might have his own.
And some of them are great characters. They just never got the attention they deserve. Others, you can totally understand why they're on that list.
Yeah, I mean, but they're usually kind of distractions, right? Like a bigger villain has hired them to cause mayhem, or they're just low tier crime. Like they're not doing. Although
they couldn't carry a whole arc.
Yeah. I mean, you also know, like, when they don't have pictures for them. I mean, the ventriloquist, he has a picture. A lot of people know who the Penguin, he has a picture. Does Tobias Whale have a picture? Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't even I'd put Tobias Whale above them. I'd say he's C-list at best, but, he's still better. He looks like someone trying to draw the Kingpin. Yeah. But just did poorly.
Had a little too much to drink.
Yeah, it looks like Tombstone and Kingpin had a baby. But yeah, Tobias Whale, Tobias Whale will kill you though. Tobias Whale will beat you up with his bare hands. I don't know. I think in the right situation, I could probably take Firefly or Killer Moth. They're not I mean, they probably would torch me or kill me, but I'd be less scared than if the Scarecrow captured me. It'd be like, all right, well, this is gonna get
Oh
resolved.
yeah, no.
Oh, Killer Moth kidnapped me. I should be home by dinner. It was just he was like, no, I'm kidnapping you. It was like, shh, my wife's on the other line. It was like, no, don't
Don't
delay
take your time.
it. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Killer, I said hi. Killer Moth says hi. He's kidnapping me, but I should be home by dinner. Yeah, as a matter of fact, they call him Killer Moth.
There.
I don't think Killer Moth's ever killed anybody.
No, especially considering he's a golden Silver Age. It was more zany.
Yeah, he was, like I said, in the Golden Age, supervillain said, "I'm a supervillain. You've never seen a supervillain like me." In the Silver Age, most of the villains went, and that's they did crazy shit.
They do their shit, get beat up, get out of jail in time to go do cocaine at Studio 51.
Oh yeah, he's got a moth cave.
And then I tells him, you'll get a kick out of this. I'm the Killer Moth. You get it?
Yeah. And then Condiment King's like, that's great. Oh, wow. So he has a moth cave, he has a moth mobile. So he's just a dude like just trying to be Batman. But I don't think he's killed anyone. I didn't realize that or maybe I just forgot, but I don't remember him coming after becoming a Black Lantern. But either way, like I said, Firefly has a much better history, and he's scarier, right? Like,
yeah,
he's a pyromaniac on wings. Much better idea. He's just
formidable fighter, flamethrower, can fly.
And basically a gun for hire. That's usually what makes you a D-list is like when you're getting exclusively hired to do a job. Unlike guys who have like a reputation, like what's his face, Henchman, he never misses. Deadshot. Deadshot is global. You know what I mean? He is a global assassin. I'm pretty sure Firefly just hangs out in Gotham, and if you need to distract a superhero, he's gonna set a place on fire, and he might kidnap someone, but his casualties are usually never from him. It's from the fire. I guess you could say he directly caused it, but like he doesn't go out killing people. He's just kind of there.
He's an arsonist. Yeah.
But so we're planning to attack these three knuckleheads. Along with the Scarecrow, they're planning to attack the Penguin. The Penguin has allied with the Suicide Squad, which that's interesting. The villains wave off his warnings and mock him, and he later leads to the same four being a trap orchestrated by Tobias Whale, who is, like I said, just another interesting character and an arch enemy of Black Lightning. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that he was. Like I said, Tobias Whale is a respectable. I would say like B list. He's not B or C. Like, because let's face it, Black Lightning is cool. He's not top tier either. Like he's sweet.
Yeah, doesn't get the attention he deserves.
Definitely. Yeah, his stuff with the Outsiders, all that stuff. That's cool.
He does better in a team than can carry his own.
Yes, absolutely. So, but when you got a hero like that, you're never gonna have like an A-lister being your big bad. So yeah, B feels right. I don't know how this became into tiering other villains, but we had a couple thrown here. But a lot of these guys, unless you're really into the comics, you probably don't know who they are. So I just thought it was pertinent to let you know. But they are injured, they're unconscious to varying degrees. The Scarface puppet is killed, which is always hilarious. But oh, Dax, always good to see you. Thanks for popping in. And then let's see, Black Lightning on the yeah, no, Rick, I'm not saying that he's a bad villain. I'm just saying he just doesn't have the power or influence,
popularity.
Or the influence as like Black Mass does. Like, like if Black Mass puts a hit on you, if Tobias Whale puts a hit on you, like, you're probably going to die. There's a really good chance you're going to, if Black Mass puts a hit on you, you're going to die unless you were like a superhero or a superhero intervenes. Like, I think you can hide from Tobias Whale. I think you just need to be away from Tobias Whale. He doesn't have the reach. But so the Scarface puppet is killed, and then whenever that happens, you just realize that the ventriloquist is just a crazy person. And Peyton Riley, the new ventriloquist, is unharmed, though, after the attack. Oh, of course, they had to make the ventriloquist a woman. Yep. Whale then betrays the Scarecrow simply for touching his shoulder. It's revealed that Whale has a pathological hatred of mass because his grandfather was one of the first citizens in Gotham to be killed by a mass criminal. I mean,
don't do it.
I actually don't hate that. That's not a that's not a terrible pathology. Hey, Kickbot. Cool. No, I don't need any help. But yeah, so the story ends with Whale beating Scarecrow up and leaving him bound and gagged as a sign that all mass that they are not welcome in Whale's new vision of Gotham. Like I said, I don't hate that. If some dude like dressed up as a gimmick and killed my grandpa too, I'd be pissed off. He appears in Hush, working with the Riddler and Hush. He composes profiles. That's another thing that I like that they'll do with him is he will put profiles on people because he's a good psychologist.
Yeah.
And like, you can use him.
Yeah, sometimes you've seen him almost depicted a little bit like Hannibal Lecter in that sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as much as I dislike where the show went, I like the way they used him in Titans.
Oh yeah.
Forget
that show exists sometimes.
So do I, but like, it just popped up. I was like, that was actually a pretty interesting thing, and the way that he was messing with
was it Jason or Dick?
It was Jason.
Dead puppies. Dead puppies. Dead puppies aren't much fun.
God, but never forgotten.
Jason Todd.
You never quite get over your first Robin death. And only Robin death. But well, and technically not even a Robin death anymore. I knew he was gonna fucking say something.
The Robin minor inconvenience that worked itself out in the end.
Yeah. It was like real metamorphosis. Okay, you're gonna be dead for like 20 years, but you're gonna come back pretty sweet. And then no one will know what to do with you after you're back. So He later gasses the Huntress. That's kind of redundant. He gasses the Huntress with his fear gas. He doesn't have a variety, guys. He has his fear gas. He might have different potency, but yeah, it's all the same shit that he's working with. Making her attack Catwoman. He attacks Batman in a graveyard, only to learn that his gas is ineffective due to Hush's bug. But before he can reveal that he's knocked out by Jason Todd. Oh, so we were going to say Jason Todd. Anyway, Scarecrow also appears in Batman Heart of Hush, kidnapping a child to distract Batman. So Hush, that's what I'm saying. I was like, that's the type of shit that he does. I was like, he's going to go, he has no problem being a distraction, but he also has no problem like going against kids or like kidnapping kids. Like, he's just a fucking dirtbag. Like, it's there's very few characters that I think are like as irredeemable as him. I think one of them would probably be Deadshot, like from the Daredevil comics. Or no, I'm sorry, Bullseye. Where it was just like, yeah, it goes beyond just
Mr. Zaz maybe too.
Yeah, but see, Mr. Zaz is like he's got an obsession, and he's like clinically sick. Like I don't think he's compelled to do these things. I guess so, because he's very vindictive. He is a straight up psycho. This is just like I said, I don't see the spite and the world hatred that I see in Jonathan Crane, where I mean, I still wouldn't want to be stuck in a room with Victor Zsasz. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think I'd less like to be stuck in a room with Victor Zsasz, but
he does like skinning people.
Just another notch on his chest. Like, that's but there's no negotiating with Zsasz either. But I don't feel like there's any negotiating with Scarecrow. So anyway, he kidnaps a child so Hush can attack Catwoman. When Batman goes to rescue the child, Scarecrow activates a venom implant, causing the boy to attack Batman. He is defeated when Batman ties the boy's teddy bear to Scarecrow, causing the child to attack Scarecrow. After capturing Scarecrow, Batman forces him to reveal Hush's location in the Battle for the Cowl storyline, which is fantastic. That story, which I feel like after we get through characters and like we go through character analysis, we'll definitely start going into like main storylines and like stuff like that, because if you haven't read Battle for the Cowl, do yourself a favor. It's a lot of fun. Scarecrow is recruited by Black Mask to be part of a group of villains who are aiming to take over Gotham in the wake of Batman's apparent death. And he later assists the crime lord in manufacturing a drug called Thrill, which draws the attention of Oracle and Batgirl. And he is later defeated by Batgirl and once again arrested. In Blackest Night, he does he get a Yellow Lantern ring? I know eventually he gets.
Man, it's been so long. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure.
All right, let's see. Scarecrow briefly appears in the fourth issue of Blackest Night storyline. His immunity to fear, brought about by frequent exposure of his own toxin. I don't like that. Because he needs to be a quivering little bitch when he actually is afraid.
And it takes away the whole purpose he does it is because he is such a fucking pussy.
Yeah,
like and take that out of the equation, he's not as much fun.
Now, if you want to say that he's resistant to fear, that's fine, and
or at least his own fear toxin. Sure.
Yeah, there you go. It renders him practically invisible to the invading Black Lanterns. The drug has further taken its toll on his sanity, exacerbated by Batman's disappearance in Batman R.I.P. storyline, which is a very confusing storyline. But that ties into Final Crisis and everything else, which the Omega Sanction, I know Grant Morrison, it is a bright idea. Sometimes, like I said, you feel like you need to bust out a couple of textbooks to read Grant Morrison stuff, or sometimes it's just awesome. He's inconsistent that way. But Batman wasn't actually killed. He was time displaced, and he has to work his way through time through various iterations of the character to come back to the real time. But while that's happening, there's Batter for the Cowl and other things going on. So literal addiction. He develops a literal addiction, exposing himself deliberately to the remnant army. But knowing that Batman is the only one who could scare him again. Using a duplicate of Sinestro's power ring, he is temporarily deputized in Sinestro Corps to combat the Black Lanterns. Overjoyed at finally being able to fear again, he gleefully, without question, follows Sinestro's commands. His celebration is cut short when overwhelmed by the orange light of avarice. Lex Luthor, Orange Lantern Lex Luthor kind of takes it from him, which the Orange Lanterns are sweet. They're very rare because it's the embodiment of greed, and there's one guy named Larfleeze who really doesn't like it when you have a ring. Unlike every other core that wants to grow, he wants all the rings for himself. Let's see. Okay, well, I skipped Brightest Day. In Brightest Day, the Scarecrow begins kidnapping and murdering college interns. Like he just can't let it go.
He's like an 80s slasher. He has his thing.
I mean, I get it though. The older I get, the more annoying college kids become. But it's
if you're gonna kill somebody,
but yeah, I get it. There's a protest by your house, and
the wine at Starbucks is unreal. You can't just get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, the person, the kid in front of you didn't look at the menu until he got to the fucking register. I got it. Like
they talk on their speaker phones in public, walking around like.
They're just insufferable. But they eventually grow into adults, so you shouldn't kill them. That's my
Scarecrow. Not if I can help it.
Yeah, exactly. Or that's another thing. That would just be his way too. Of he's trying to get back at Lex Luthor, and that's just how he would do it. And he was like, "Well, let's see how LexCorp does without any interns, Lex." I don't know why I made him sound like Skeletor, but I'm glad I did. As a way of getting back at Lex Luthor for stealing his ring. So there it is. It was like we were joking about it, but really it was just he's a vindictive little asshole. And he's just like, let's see who does your collating now. With any college interns to staple that, I bet running a business would be quite difficult. And it's like, no. So he wouldn't confront Lex Luthor directly because Lex Luthor will beat the living shit out of him. So he's just like, oh, I'm gonna inconvenience you.
But again, it goes into his fetish by kidnapping torturing and murdering college interns. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
no,
we know what
it wouldn't
your
be. He
real
didn't.
MO is here. But
He didn't get his board of trustees or like
no,
department heads. He was like, no, I like the college interns. Like that's just.
we got it. You're a creep.
Yeah, I agree with Boosh. College kids were annoying when I was a college kid. I was right there with you. So yeah, he's murdering college interns as a way from getting back. When Robin and Supergirl attempt to stop him, Scarecrow unleashes a new fear toxin that is powerful enough to affect a Kryptonian. Not great. The toxin forces Supergirl to see visions of Black Lantern. I don't even know who this character is. Reactron. It's a little sidestep. Who's Reactron? Oh, apparently he's been around for a while. He's been around since '83.
Not a bad design.
No, not a bad design. I especially like I like this, but I was like, this is a little bit more streamlined, a little bit more cosmic. What does said Reactron do? We're going down a rabbit hole today, boys. When Krolin massacres the inhabitants of a Vietnamese village, the shock triggers the activation of Clay's metahuman powers. But what are said powers? Reactron is a metahuman with the ability to generate nuclear radiation and concussive blasts. He's also created with a gold kryptonite heart, which allows him to depower Kryptonians. Okay.
He's not to be fucked with. Then.
Yeah, damn. I asked Scarecrow for a joke, but it was too strawful. Hi, Sparkles. Hey, Rokiel. Good to see you. I'm here for the free pot and soda. That's after. Let's see. Yeah, I did not realize, and he would be a villain for the Cousins of Steel. I did not know who he was. But then again, it's a huge universe. You know what? This mouse is getting so damn finicky. So yeah, so a Black Lantern version of Reactron, and keep in mind, Black Lanterns still retain all of their powers when they're alive. So now you have an undead guy that can shoot out nuclear power and depower Kryptonians. That would be a problem. That would be a huge problem. But she snaps out of the illusion and helps Robin defeat Scarecrow. He is eventually freed from Arkham when Deathstroke and the Titans break into Arkham Asylum and capture one of the inmates. So yeah, he's also good at really like slinking away. So let's see if they screwed him up. Any bets? You think they messed him up? I think they're
probably it's probably going to have to do with his backstory. They're going to like throw it way over the top, way more than it needs to be. They already did that once, so they're probably going to double down. That would be my guess. And I think I remember again, but not a bad design.
No, it's not a terrible design. He kind of looks like I don't know. Kind of looks like a sucker that came to life, but you know.
He does. Oh, okay. Now I can't unsee that. Great.
But I do like the red crazy eyes under the mask. You know what he's missing is just a hat. He needs a hat.
Yeah.
But
I don't know about the dirty homeless man hands either.
Yeah.
I like the gloves.
Yeah, I don't know. We will
we get into designs, and the Arkham design is just the tits.
Yeah, it is. In 2011, the New 52 rebooted the DC universe. Scarecrow is the central villain in Batman's family of books and first appeared in the New 52 Batman The Dark Knight in issue 4 in February 2012, written by David Finch and Paul Jenkins. His origin story is also altered. In this continuity, his father, Gerald Crane, used him as a test subject in a fear-based experiment. During one of these experiments, Crane's father locked him inside a dark room, but suffered a fatal heart attack before he could let Jonathan out. Jonathan was trapped in the test chamber for days until being freed by some employers of the university. As a result of this event, he was irreparably traumatized and developed an obsession with fear. He became a psychologist specializing in phobias. Eventually, Crane began using patients as test subjects of his fear toxin. His turn to criminality is also markedly different in this version. The New 52 Scarecrow is fired from his professorship for covering an arachnophobic student with spiders and becoming a criminal after stabbing a patient to death. I mean, it does feel like something that he would do. I prefer that he's just like this pissed off little weeble.
I do too. So I was 100% right. And this is the same origin story they used in Gotham, but either Gotham, like what they did in everything in that show, they dialed it up to 11 to make it campy and over the top as possible. It's so unnecessary, but it's whatever.
All right. So yeah, I already dislike it. In DC Rebirth, we're just gonna skip all that because, like I said, I don't like what they did, and the New 52 is always comes under much scrutiny under this channel, no matter when we do it, because there's very few things that the New 52 did for the better. Let's see if they change it in Rebirth. In DC Rebirth, the Scarecrow works with Haunter to release a low dose of fear toxin around Gotham on Christmas and sets up a small stand for her to pick up the toxin. Both he and Haunter are paralyzed by the toxin's effect, allowing Batman to apprehend him. So they don't bring it back to what it should have been. During Infinite Frontier, a redesigned Crane is the main foe in crossover Fear State.
I don't know if I read that.
Yeah, I don't know if I read it either. But there's things to like about Infinite Frontier. Skills and equipment. Obviously, he has his fear toxin. That's what he is.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, he's not a formidable. He could probably take like an average Joe. He can't really take a trained fighter or anything. And even if he does, he's going to cheat because he's a piece of shit.
He has to take away somebody's ability. Then he can take him out with his sight.
Yeah,
going toe to toe, not really.
He'll pull the Cardi B and throttle you after he drugs you. There you go. Personality. Normally I don't always read this, but it says it is really the main aspect of his characters. What a despicable shit he is. Crane, only with a few exceptions in his incarnations, is cruel, sadistic, deranged, and manipulative above all else. Crane is obsessed with fear and takes sadistic pleasure in frightening of his victims, often literally to death with his fear toxin. Crane also suffers from brain damage from prolonged exposure to his own toxin, renders him nearly incapable of being afraid of anything except Batman. Which Batman has beaten the shit out of Jonathan Crane plenty of times. I don't care how many. I don't care how many. And Batman doesn't have a problem breaking your arm either. So I could see that. This is problematic for him because he's addicted to fear and compulsively seeks out confrontations with Batman to feed his addiction. Okay, I don't hate that, but I do.
I'll give that a pass. Yeah,
it's okay when it pertains to Batman. I just don't like it when it pertains to everything else. I need him to eventually be cowering into the corner, but like if Batman's the only one who can make him do that, it doesn't doesn't make him a very versatile character when you're writing him around. Although it might make him a very versatile character, because that's one of the reasons that he continues to screw over these villains that would easily kill him. He just doesn't care because he's not afraid of them. That's interesting. But I really just don't think that Batman should be the only thing he's afraid of.
Yeah, I agree, because it takes away that whole "I am the master of fear," and then if anybody's bigger than him can kick his ass and he has no way to defend himself, he should be a crying little bitch, because that's what he is at the end of the day. That fucking Weasley kid that thinks he's the victim, that got bullied by Bo the quarterback.
Yep.
And fuck you, kid.
Yeah, no, I want him like waking up in a cold sweat going like, Bo. Yeah. So this is problematic for him because it feeds his addiction. He's also known to have a warped sense of humor, though not at the level of Black Mask or Joker. Black Mask also is, like I said, we'll have to get into him eventually. He is a wild character. And he's gone through a couple metamorphoses of his own. Known to frequently make taunts, quips related to his using a fear toxin or his love of terrifying others. During Alan Grant, not of Jurassic Park fame, but of comic books, the God of Fear storyline, Scarecrow develops a god complex. He creates an enormous hologram of himself that projects against the sky so he won't be recognized and worshipped by the citizens of Gotham as a literal god of fear. Other characters named Scarecrow, there's Madame Crow, but all other versions,
there we go.
alternative versions, a stand-in for Jonathan is Jen Clark, Scarecrow. Okay, actually, Scarecrow is not a bad gender swap name. And Scarecrow is I'm okay with Scarecrow. He appears in a crossover with Batman and Daredevil, King of New York, which he attempts to use the Kingpin's criminal empire to dispense fear gas all over it. Like, yeah, he's a real one-trick pony when he has gold. He was like, I see this city, and I think it would look better if it was covered in fear gas. That's just me. Any other notable ones? Because these are just
okay. Yeah, we're in more like Elseworlds.
Yeah,
I think in other media, that's
there we go.
That's a neat.
That's
a great cosplay.
I like how in any other media thing, it's usually always a cosplay of the character, and this is sick. Yeah. Really so let's get into it. Live action. Jonathan Crane, Scarecrow. This was a pretty sweet outfit too.
Yeah, a little bit Jeepers Creepers, but still really good.
Yeah, but it's almost a live interpretation of the animated series first iteration of him. Very nice.
Nope, didn't hate it at all.
No. He's played by Charlie Tahan in the first season and half the first season, half the fourth season by David W. Thompson in all other appearances. Okay, yeah. So the version, he's injected with a syrup designed to eliminate fear by his father, Gerald Crane, which instead amplifies Jonathan's fear of scarecrows and drives him insane. After being institutionalized in Arkham Asylum, Jonathan embraces his fears and recreates his father's toxin to become the Scarecrow and allies with criminals to Gotham City. Jonathan Crane in third season of Titans, which is wildly inconsistent on which seasons are good and which seasons are bad. This I thought was a particularly decent season simply because of him. And the way he was
great actor playing him too.
yeah. Just
From Angel and Mad Men.
Yep.
Some guy that never really broke out of TV, but you know what? Fuck it. He's
not
good at what
everybody
he does.
Yeah, not everybody needs to be, especially
he bagged, I think, a chick from the daughter from Gilmore Girls. So not a bad looking
all right. Yeah, let's check that out.
Yeah, Alexis.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. Good on
So
him.
he can't complain in life.
No. And in some aspects, TV's better. It's more consistent for the work.
Yeah. Dude is actually really cool. You go to conventions for like Buffy and Angel. Dude is fucking just cool. Doesn't charge for signing or pictures. Just there for the vibes. And I'm sure he's getting that, that good old fee collected from the event. So
Yes. So yeah, let's see if there's so he's in this version, he's a former Arkham Asylum inmate turned profiler and consultant for Gotham City. He brainwashes Jason Todd, RIP, into helping him turn Gotham against the Titans. He's ultimately defeated and reincarcerated him in Arkham.
That's where I say the Hannibal Lecter now. Like they really Hannibal Lecter him up in that show, and it
absolutely
works.
Do. And one of the reasons it works too is he does appear. It's the manipulation, right? Like he does appear to be rehabilitated and everything, and Jason isn't the smartest Robin. Like he's
He's the hammer of the Robins, not the surgical instrument at all.
Absolutely. Let's see. In animation, there's Batman and Superman Super voiced by Ted Knight. And that's kind of like the basic designs. After that, I'm gonna do this real quick. DC Scarecrow. There we go. All right. Tumblr. Oh boy.
Get ready for some weird.
Yeah.
And he has tits now.
The Superpowers team challenge of the Super Friends. I like that design, which is I'm trying to find like the different designs. They don't really have it.
Let me see if I can pull up. All designs.
Because I did like that look he had in the Super Friends where like there's no eyes. It looks like there's a burlap sack on a void, like, it's cool. And it's obviously it's from the limit of the animators. They couldn't make him too detailed, excuse me. But it ends up just looking pretty ominous. And I enjoy that. He, just kind of a jack-o'-lantern. No, why thank you, Miss Sparkles. Yes, he was really cool in the video game.
Great design of the game. Yeah, probably one of the best.
Yeah, his design here. So yeah, he has 3 designs in the animated series.
All good. All 3 of those. Now the middle, clearly the superior, but I like all 3 of them a lot.
Yeah.
Even the third one.
This one, the least formidable, but arguably
the most authentic to the original design.
Most authentic, and so much so that it was like you really do think it was like, oh my god, if I could just get my hands on this guy, I would just be able to beat the shit out of him. A little less so here. Now you're kind of going like, I don't know if I would want to put my hands on this guy.
With that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this one it was like, no, I do not want to fuck with that guy. The like you said, the hung preacher look is so cool. But yeah, this is so weird that he actually got a redesign in the middle of the animated series before the new Batman Adventures.
Yeah, I think he wasn't scary enough. He was a little too zany look, you know.
Yeah,
he looks like a Scooby. They took him from Scooby-Doo and brought him into he didn't fit the rest of the show aesthetic.
I agree.
Great first episode though. Man, that first episode is that's
Yes.
one of the best ones. God.
Yes, voiced by Henry Pollock. This version, former psychology professor at Gotham University that speaks in an English accent. He was terminated for using his students as test subjects for his spirit experiments. It was like, oh, we're seeing it's consistent though, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not as good as the Golden Age, where he was just like, yeah, he brought a gun into class and just like accidentally shot a student. I was like, oh, that's an experiment in fear.
Yeah, well, and it's so he would be in fucking prison for that. I love the animated, and it also, again, they used the right origin story where he wasn't like, oh, so tormented by, you know, his parents or grandparents or any of that bullshit. He was just a dick. He was a creep and nobody liked him.
Yeah.
He went to become a professor. He was still a creep doing things that are very unethical. And he got canned. He got shit canned. And what does a little dick do? He goes, seeks revenge.
Yeah. It's just like, well, if I can't have it, no one can have it. And by what I mean, if can't have it, I mean college kids. I'm going to torture. He has a penchant for torturing college kids, and we enjoy him for it. The Scarecrow in the new Batman Adventures, voiced by Jeffrey Allen Combs or Jeffrey Combs.
That works from Reanimator.
Yeah. For this series, he was given a darker revamp in both design and personality to make him more scary. Bruce Timm and Paul Dini described the Scarecrow's redesign as a Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface look, which I can kind of see. I just like the hung dead look. Like, it is not gonna. Let's see. Scarecrow was meant to appear as a member of Gorilla Grodd's secret society. Scarecrow's appearance was to challenge as a tribute to Scarecrow's opinion in Challenge of the Super Friends, which we already saw that, but I wonder if they have the designs. Nope, no designs. But I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about in Batman and Robin. Coolio makes an appearance as the character credited as here you go. In Batman and Robin, Coolio makes an appearance as the character credited as Banker, who would have been revealed as Jonathan Crane in canceled sequel Batman Unchained.
I don't even remember Coolio being in Batman and Robin.
Yeah, he's the one taking the bets over the bike races when
and that was gonna be Scarecrow.
Yeah, I don't like that, and I've also heard other things. I also heard that they were looking at Patrick Stewart, which I don't hate.
No, if you gotta get an old timer, I would go Malcolm McDowell would have been.
Yeah, but I'm saying for like the Joel Schumacher universe, you know, like there's that campiness there. You know,
they should have got fucking what's his name? God damn it! You know, Face Off. He's great at.
Nick Cage.
Cage, gotta get Cage.
No, I'm gonna hit you with this. Don Knotts.
Wait,
Where,
don't hate it.
Let's see here. I can't highlight it though. Yeah, I have a thing through all the designs. Let's see. Jonathan Crane is in the Dark Knight trilogy with man who seems to never age, Cillian Murphy. Who also I always wanted him to play what's his face, the lead singer of the Talking Heads.
Oh, dude.
He'd be perfect. Brian, yeah. But
No.
well, Woody Allen as Scarecrow would be something else too.
Oh God. Oh fuck.
They'd be like, stop making out with your stepdaughter. He's like, hey, you can't stop me, Batman.
Well, he does like college girls.
Yeah, he does. I was just wondering how you would look if you were scared. You're like, oh wow, I really want to punch this Scarecrow. No, I think Don Knotts would be fun too. I just noticed there was a bunch of college kids in the schoolyard there, and just wanted to scare them.
He's just sticking up. Oh, boo!
And and then Batman comes in, and he's like, ah! Yeah, so Batman Begins, killer interpretation of the character.
Yeah, great. And the worst part about it was he got the sweetest look on film with the straitjacket and the mask riding the horse, and he was there for 5 fucking seconds.
Yep.
Looked amazing. And
it was true to the character. He's very, he's a shithead. Very just one. Would you like to see my mask?
I love great delivery.
Just so matter of fact, or like, this is where we make the medicine. Perhaps you should have some. Clear your head. And it's just like it was removed enough where you're like, yeah, this guy's, even though Cillian Murphy is like a little too good looking and cool to play Jonathan Crane.
But he's skinny and weaselly enough to get away.
Yeah. Like, if you wanted to get the look right, it should be like the dude from Grandma's Boy.
Okay. yeah. Actually, that's perfect casting.
Yeah. Or you could get Adam Driver. Adam Driver might be an excellent.
Yeah, that works. He's a little buff, a little bulky, but he's got the acting job for it. He can turn it down to be.
He's got the schnoz for it too. He's got it's a good schnoz to forehead ratio. He comes back. And the only real bad guy to be in all 3. So we got it, and I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the
Arkhamverse.
The Arkhamverse, because especially this one right here is goated. I do like the burnt one afterwards, but
see, I'm a little more privy to the second one because it's just so fucking intimidating.
His voice is fucking cool in that game.
You always look forward to the Scarecrow levels more than anything in any of the games.
I agree.
They are the best.
So what? I'm gonna scroll first before I do anything, because, like I said, this is Tumblr.
Tread with caution.
I'm treading with caution. This isn't bad, but it also doesn't have everything. But we'll do this first. Share this old Jonathan Crane's Mistress of Fear. Jesus. Great design. This is probably, if I would have saw this, I would have made this the thumbnail. This is how just stitches everywhere. You can still see that little smile behind there, just to let you know that, like, he is human, but he's not a big guy. Everything's kind of fitting him loosely. There. So this is the one you like. The burnt.
I like the needle fingers, the Kruger.
The needle fingers, but
yeah.
that's on both in the Gotham. You said you like the second. This is why I called like the burnt face. But I did like in that continuity, he speaks differently because like he got burnt up in the fire and it like tinged his vocal cords. That's some cool lore right there. And I also like that he didn't even bother taking off the gas mask stuff. Like he just left it on because like he's beyond insane at this point. Classic. This is what I was talking about. This type of look, almost skeletal in the stitching in the mouth, but this is kind of how he looked in like the mid 70s. And then so is this all right? Yeah, so this is the Kelly Jones look, but this is also how he kind of looked in certain things like the Super Friends and stuff like that. It was a little bit more, the orange popped a little bit more, but it was essentially this design. They obviously didn't have the noose around his neck, and if they did, it was a singular piece of rope. The Kelly Jones look is like an amalgam of everything, but I love the noose tie.
Yes.
And this is I love how Kelly Jones does this thing, but this is the type of Scarecrow we were talking about. It was like, nah, I'm not fucking with that guy. I also have a leather jacket just like this, and I don't know if I want to brutalize it to make Scarecrow cosplay, but thought has crossed my mind.
There he is with the ring.
Yep. I mean, not terrible. It's kind of like a hybrid. This kind of looks like the original mask where we said he's pretty skinny looking with the hat, not too much change in color, and that's the only reason they do that is to make the yellow lantern stuff pop, which is fine. Great design. This is his best design in the animated series. This is the Tim Sale look, which I like this too.
Simple, but it gets the point across.
Yeah, but it really celebrates how frail Jonathan Crane is, and that's good. Also, great look here. Legends of the Dark Knight Scarecrow. I could do without the little crow skulls around the neck.
Yeah,
but also too, he's got to have the scythe. It just works. The
dope
other Arkhamverse Scarecrow, that's like the original. I like that. And then year one Scarecrow. Let's see if we can Scarecrow animation through the years. I don't know.
Yeah, I was trying to find it too, and not how
much. I'm just saying it was like, oh, this one's on. This one's on Reddit. This one's usually there's always just kind of like a countdown or. All right. Let me scroll up, see. Oh, you know what? I should probably put in designs.
Oh man, I just came across one that I did not even know existed. It's really terrible. Must have been from the Batman.
All right, let me see.
Let's see if I can get this pulled up here. I better look at it. wasn't the Batman. What the hell show was this from? He's got like Frankenstein arms. It looks terrible.
Oh, it might be something like Beware the Batman or. This one has. This one has some interesting designs through the years. While you're looking at that, I will share this instead. It's like, so this one has like best designs and then it has like worst.
Okay, this is from Batman Unlimited. Let me see if I can get a better look at it.
Oh yeah, Batman Unlimited.
Never even watched that show.
Well, I mean, there were like short episodes. I saw one of them and I was like, this is not meant for anyone over the age of like 5. And this is 5-year-old like with TikTok brain, because like the episodes are only like 5 minutes long, I think.
Oh, gotcha. His look in the Harley Quinn show, not bad, but again, it's the Harley Quinn show. So
yeah, I found the character designs in that show weren't terrible.
No, the animation's great.
The animation's fine. It's just the writing and everything else sucked.
Everything else about it.
I mean, we know that, Sparkles. We know that I would enjoy Scott Stapp from Creed as Scarecrow. Here, I have this. I'll share this right now. So this is also to be taken with a grain of salt because it's CBR. Dark Knight trilogy worked for the setting. Like I said, great look.
Mm-hmm.
They said worst was Scare Beast. Too big of a departure. Well, that wasn't his design. It's essentially a different character.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I get it, but Tim Sale, yeah, I do enjoy this. I mean, they made his head like impossibly skinny. Oh, worse, the Gotham. I disagree. I think that's just fine.
That looks good. Like my biggest and I love the way the henchmen look with the Plague Doctor masks.
Yeah.
My biggest critique is it is a little bit Jeepers Creepers, and you can kind of, like everything in that show, you could see that everything was made with rubber. Like,
yeah.
Like they just have a crew of special effects artists.
He has straps from like purses right here. That they just cut off and sewed onto the costume. But I think the mask looks great. They're like, it looks too much like cosplay. And I was like, well, you know what? That could be yeah, I was gonna say that could be a compliment, because sometimes you see cosplay that does it better than anybody does it. Yeah, the burnt face and Arkham Knight. I mean, just so creepy. And I love, like I said, I love how he keeps the canisters on here, but it's not even functional. You know, it's just there because it looks perverse. Yeah, it is a little too.
I just see a lollipop now. Hey, look.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a little too stripped down. Yeah, I'm not interested.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so that's how he looked in Fear State. So that I hadn't read that. I like that. That's sweet. Kind of like a post-apocalyptic terrain looking character. Worst, yeah, I wouldn't say the worst, but this is kind of
his first design was a little Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I Scooby-Doo is a great way to put it. But best, I mean, yeah, I still like the second iteration more, but it's hard to argue with this not being sweet, especially when all the other characters look starkly different and worse.
You really,
I agree.
Stand out.
Yeah, he did. And then yeah, worst the Batman Superman hour.
That's actually terrifying to me.
Yeah, no, where
It looks like
they always joked about like how the Annabelle doll wouldn't be really scary if they did it right, and because it's just a Raggedy Ann doll. I was like, this looks like a Raggedy Andy doll, and I don't know if I saw that like standing
that's
in
just
front of me, I'd be
really
like, nah.
that's very uncomfortable to look at, especially if the red lips kind of gives like Leatherface. That actually gives me more Leatherface vibes than the other one.
I agree, especially because it's got like the lipstick on.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find any like notable ones just going on image
Now, I
search.
found a great piece while you're searching. I did find a really good fan design that
Cool. Here.
look at that.
Oh hell
With
yeah.
with a bug zapper for the gas.
Yeah, I do. I like that a lot. Yeah,
He's got a hand scythe in the back.
yeah,
Sling blade. That's
a little weed sprayer. It's toned down, but it's also like it's got a little bit of everything from all the designs that that we like. And also, if I saw that standing in a dark hallway, I would lose my mind.
not want to go near that. No.
No.
So very, very impressive. So kudos to, I guess, if this is the artist Broccoli time. Good job.
Yeah. Here, let's just go real quick. And we'll be wrapping up after this, but I just want to go real quick with what we got at Google image search. Simply just because there might be something that stands out. Obviously that's Carrie Kelly right there. This looks like how see if we can see. I don't know if I can blow it up, but this is kind of like how they drew him in like Shadow of the Bat covers.
Mhm.
But where's the one I was looking for particularly? Yeah, this look of the
Classic.
like I like that. I like that a lot. And that's how he looked like kind of on like the Super Friends and things like that. So do they have what do we got here? Oh, somebody's Facebook. Oh, get out of here. Okay, allow. Okay, there's what is oh, that's how he looked in Brave and the Bold. Oh, hold on.
Oh, there we go. That looks
I don't
good.
hate that. Yeah, that's fine. Batman Unlimited. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, that's
If the image were larger, he has giant hulking green Incredible Hulk or Frankenstein arms that are like sewn onto his body.
yeah,
What?
no thanks. Injustice was a little much. Or the Injustice 2.
Yeah, what was fun about it is you could cut like in part 2, you can go through and have a lot of fun unlocking different outfit accessories. So you can really make any of the characters, including Scarecrow, look the way you want him to. And there are a lot of variations, a lot of different things. You could go full Arkhamverse with him, you could go more of a plague doctor, a lot of cool stuff. So it was really open up, but yeah, they did the eyes always kind of burning like a jack-o'-lantern.
Oh man, I wish I would have found this earlier because I would have made this the
oh shit, that is cool
thumbnail. Yeah, that's great. I don't think it's gonna get much better than that. On a I think yeah, we going for a good 2 hours here, and rightfully so. This is a huge character. It's been around forever, but yeah, no, even now when you see it, no, thank you.
Yeah, probably the weak out of everything I've seen. That and that animated one with the Hulk arms are the two weakest.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find the Hulk arms, but yeah, hold on. Let's visit. Oh, okay. I don't hate this. This is a decent one too. I said whenever it's kind, it even goes back to they'll sometimes like dress them up like a pilgrim or whatever. Like it kind of fits with the Ichabod Crane. But the overly stitched mask, like I'm okay with it. The only thing I would change is the little pumpkin here, but I mean it goes with the Sleepy Hollow theme. But yeah, I think we got it. I think we nailed it. There's not much more to talk about this character. It was like he's got to be
Definitely an
brilliant.
A-list villain.
Oh yeah. Not S tier, of course, but you can get some of the best storylines with Batman out of it simply because he invokes fear in other people, and it's interesting to see how certain characters react when they're induced with fear toxin, or how they are able to overcome their fear, or just simple things like that. And it's also, you can have it where you're trying to save someone who's been infected with fear toxin, and you can't save them because they're so overloaded on this toxin they don't know what's real and what's fake. There's plenty of it, but also like he's just a dick. He's dastardly. He's a true villain through and through. I don't like when they say like, oh, he was abused. I was like, no, don't humanize him. He is like an old school mustache twirling, I'm doing it because I feel like doing it. I'm the bad guy. Duh.
It's also he does it because he just enjoys it. And that's what makes him so unreasonable. Because you could give him $1 million, or you could torture a college kid for
he's gonna take a college kid every time.
Every time.
Or he'll try and gas you, take the $1 million, and then and then still screw with the college kids. Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorites, and when he's written well, he's just amazing. And yeah, he's also one of those villains too, like when you take him out of Gotham and throw him somewhere else, he's one of those villains that are so distinctly Batman. I like when this happens, where when they leave Gotham and go somewhere else, like the hero dealing with him doesn't really know what to do with him, because like he's not doing it for wealth. He's doing it just because he's a dick. And like it's hard to get a read on a guy like that. It's hard to go like, well, he's got this. Obviously, he's going for the next bank or the diamond vault. Or it was like, no, it was like, I guess start looking on college campuses, because this is what the left
thought all
Charlie
gratification.
He just sits there. He's just worried about how to just scare the shit out of college kids with his tent. But yeah,
Theo asks, why are so many of Batman's villains so well educated? Weird number of PhDs. It's because colleges are breeding grounds for psychopaths.
It's true. It's true. And a lot of psychopaths are self-serving, and you get further in the world getting a PhD. I was like, it's literally just putting the work in. There's it's a testament to conviction. It was like, you don't necessarily, depending on the field, always have to be smart to have a PhD. It just shows that you put the work in to get it. I mean, obviously education will come with experience and the material that you have to study to go in there, but that doesn't necessarily show intelligence. I'm not insinuating that every PhD is a hack or whatever, but I'm saying especially not in psychology, psychiatry, things like that. But a lot of them come up with some half-cocked theories just to impress their constituents. Like, you know, it is what it is, and it's actually a perfect place for a psychopath because they don't mind changing the labels on things, whether they think it's hurting people or what, because, you know, oh, it'll give them distinction. Oh, it's self-serving. It was like, oh, you're the psychiatrist who came up with this theory. Like, it's actually a perfect place for a psychopath to dwell. But
yeah,
yes, yeah, I agree. Yeah, because he only prefers one drug, right? But yeah, it's no more or less than that he had an obsession. He realized that's the best place to suit his needs. But yeah, I don't know if I would call him a psychopath, though. I think he's just a full-on sociopath.
No, sadist.
He gets too much joy from scaring people to be like a real psychopath. But I mean, I don't know. He's also an edgelord and a twerp, and just
like probably an actual incel, using the word correctly.
Absolutely, actual incel, real life incel, and just someone who got. I would willing to bet, like, if I was writing it, I would have that he got bullied to like a minimum, and just took it as such an affront that he ends up becoming a bigger bully than anyone else. Where it was like, I would change it so Sherry and Bo, like, he goes to ask Sherry to prom or whatever, how the initial story went, and Sherry was like, well, I would go with you, but I'm actually already going with Bo. And he was like, I can't believe, you know, that the first girl that I asked, the most popular girl in the school, already has a date with the hotshot quarterback. How can this be?
Right. If I were rewriting his origin, I would totally readopt the original, but this time make him, he's this weaselly little fucker that tried friend zoning his way into the known relationship between Shelly and Bo.
Oh, yeah.
Bo's finally like, all right, you little shit, and knocks him for one. And then he takes the creep route and goes and stalks him. And
even so much so, he creeps his way in. And then he ends up even taking her to prom. Like, you don't need to be with this jerk. You know, like, you know, something like that. And he takes her to prom. And then Bo shows up with like a bouquet of flowers. Like, I'm sorry, Sherry. This will not go unpunished. Right. And then he starts that car accident that paralyzes Bo and kills Sherry. And like, that's just the route he was on, and to this day he still can't let it go, where it was like, and she chose him over me, and just like, it just set him.
I'll take that over the daddy torturing him, you know, feel sorry for me bullshit.
Thanks, P Fluffy Neon. I will do this without chatbots. Also, like I said, I don't know if Cavecast is the perfect place for Kick. I think Rumble might be better suited, but we're already in it, and I'm not gonna jump 25 episodes in. So either way, I think we nailed it, and I like our headcanon better, where he's just a bad guy. I really have I have no other critiques on that. It was like, in any sort of way to make him, to humanize him, it's like, you know, we keep bringing up Hannibal Lecter, but like, they're similar. Like, he feeds on the fear instead of like the actual person. But like in Hannibal Rising, they gave him this awful backstory where it was like to try and explain why he is the way he is. Some people are just born shitty. You know, like, I hate to say that, you know, and I was raised to try and find the good in people. Well, I'm old enough to tell you, sometimes there's just no good to be found. Sometimes they're just bad apples. And he is by far one of the worst apples that you can come across, because
he's a creepy little pervert that needs to have the shit beaten out of him and been locked in a hole and never get out.
I would argue if he got bullied more, he might have been a better person,
Right.
because he realized, like, hey, you can't play games like that with people. And there's some fundamental lessons that he didn't learn on the school ground. That's why he hates Batman. That's why he's afraid of Batman, because Batman is the only one who gives him the treatment that he so rightly deserves. Because what does he do when he gets caught? They send him to an asylum. They lock him up. They try to treat him, try to figure out, it was like, oh, is this because of your gam who's mean to you? And Batman's like, no, jawbone. Like that's the type of medicine he needs, and that's the type of medicine a lot of people need at the moment, and few people are dishing out. I completely agree with Batman's assessment of the situation here. Jonathan Crane needs his ass kicked, and needs his ass kicked more than once. And every time you think he's doing better, he will show that you haven't kicked his ass hard enough. He's in perpetual need of an ass beating. And sometimes there's just people like that, where just like everybody had like someone like that, like in middle school or high school. It was like, dude, if you just punch him, he'll go away. Like, I know he sucks. Just hit him. He'll go away. Shove him in a locker. Okay. He'll never mess with you again. Okay. Like that's, this is the type of treatment that Batman, you could call, and I'm sure he does think of Batman as a bully. He's like, oh, he won't let me torture college kids. And
exactly, man.
We've now found the root of the character. It's like he's just a piece of shit who hates college kids. So we nailed it. Iron, what do you got going on for the rest of the week?
I think the only other thing I got going on is I got touch grass here in about 15 minutes. Then I got and then I'm gonna try my best to be on insert title here later this evening. We'll see how that goes. And after that, not much else planned. Kind of doing some reworking on the channel, trying to figure out what we're gonna be doing, what the schedule's gonna look like, but I'll keep everybody posted.
Sounds good. I myself will be doing another news tomorrow. Got a couple of return panelists and a new panelist, never been on the show before. And after that, it's pretty much my regular schedule. And then next Sunday is Sammy 3-Peat's birthday, and I will be having an extended episode of In Other News. I have just different friends in streaming who are gonna hop on either for a little bit or maybe the whole show. We'll have like a little party, and then we'll get into the news. My buddy Movie Cynic's gonna be stopping by for a little bit, so it'll be nice to have him on. And who knows, a bunch of people will have the invite, and I'm sure a couple of people will be in chat going like, hey, throw me the invite, and then I'll just be cycling through people, and also giving you the hard-hitting journalism that today's mainstream media wants to seem to avoid, but you'll get it here. So guys, we will see you next week. And who did we say we were talking about next week? Do you remember?
I don't think we have yet. What's another would it be Solomon Grundy, kind of keeping with the cover,
I think it was Solomon Grundy. I think it was Solomon Grundy, and like I said, and then I was going to either end it up with the ultimate trick-or-treater Clayface or Man Bat, something like that. So
good.
So yes. Thank you. Yeah. So I will next Sunday be celebrating my birthday live on screen. We'll see how that goes. And we'll see how long that goes, because I also have a family and a wife, and I'm sure they have plans for my birthday as well. But I know. Screw you, family. E-fame. Let's do that. But yes, thank you guys. Thank you, Jake. Yeah, I'm sure Jake will be there. So you can get your Batman PhD from anywhere, but you chose to get it here. So we'll see y'all next week. We will be talking about Solomon Grundy.
Dope. One of my favorites. I'll be here.
Me too.
Come on. Yes, Batman, clad in the somber costume which has struck terror to the heart of many a swaggering denizen of the underworld.
Bob?
Gun.
Holy CinemaScope! Holy miscast Batman! Holy movie mogul! Holy cliffhangers Batman! Holy suborbit Batman! It's raining down there! Big history! Holy catastrophes Batman! Holy bullseye Batman! Holy stereo! Listen to this! Holy armadillos! Holy Krypton! Holy trampoline! Holy fork in the road! Holy Titanic Batman! Holy Houdini! Holy funny bone the Joker! Holy chutzpah! Holy precision!
Tomorrow, same that time, same that channel.
The monster who took you from me will soon learn that revenge is a dish best served cold.